how we can get the matrix inversion by the Gauss-Jordan elimination. So all of you know any inverse of a square matrix A is the matrix A inverse, where the property you can see is A inverse is equal to A inverse A is equal to identity matrix. So if you multiply A matrix, any matrix, with the inverse of that matrix, it will give you identity matrix. That is a fact rule from the previous knowledge of linear algebra mathematics. So you can, if you multiply A inverse, you will get identity matrix. So Gauss-Jordan elimination can be used to evaluate the inverse of a matrix A by augmenting A with the identity matrix I and applying Gauss-Jordan algorithm. That is what they say is, you can check here, if you are augmenting A matrix with identity matrix. A is our original unsolved matrix where we want to find solution. Okay, here nothing to do with solution. Our objective is to perform the operation in such a way we want to get inverse of A and not the solution. Solution is something you are finding unknowns, that is x1, x2, x3. But finding inversion is a different process as such. So I want A inversion by applying Gauss-Jordan algorithm. So everyone knows this formula. A inverse A is equal to identity matrix. That's a fact. And Gauss elimination can be used to evaluate the inverse by augmenting A with the identity matrix, just like written over here. A is augmented with identity matrix, and applying Gauss-Jordan algorithm on this, you will see that our A matrix becomes identity matrix, because we want to transform A matrix into identity matrix to get the solution, and your identity matrix becomes A inverse matrix. So how that we can see from this formula that if you apply Gauss-Jordan elimination, you get this. But when you want to, how do you prove this? We want to get convinced by what is going on here, that A matrix is first converted into identity matrix by applying the Gauss-Jordan algorithm. But if I augment A matrix with I matrix, that's a identity matrix, I get, actually A matrix will become I matrix, but I matrix will become A inverse, and that is a fact. So you can sort of, I would not say proof, but you can see here the formula A inverse A is equal to I. This is a original property of the any matrix. If you multiply A matrix with inverse matrix, it gives you identity matrix. So if I am able to convert my A matrix into identity matrix, okay, then whatever A inverse that I have multiplied with I, whatever matrix you are multiplying with identity matrix, okay, it gives you the same matrix. Just now I discussed the fact that any matrix you multiply with identity matrix, it gives you the same matrix. The effect of multiplying, that is what it is written here. Effect of multiplying a given matrix by an identity matrix is to leave the given matrix unchanged. So if this is my original formula, and if I am able to convert A matrix into identity matrix, that means my next formula becomes A inverse I, A inverse I. That means A inverse I is not actually right hand side I. It should also change. So it is nothing but, according to left hand side, it should be A inverse. Okay, so this becomes identity original matrix, if it is identity, it becomes A inverse. And A matrix becomes identity matrix, like this. So these two part you have to compare. One is this, A becomes I, and I becomes A inverse. Because according to our, this is the original fact, original property, that A inverse into A product gives you identity matrix. Now I am converting A into identity matrix, multiplying with A inverse. It doesn't give me right hand side I matrix, because anything multiplied with identity matrix should give you the same matrix. That means A inverse. The right hand side will be changed. So I matrix will become A inverse. And that is how we can say, okay, if I am able to write the augmented A matrix augmented with identity matrix, if I do entire Gauss-Jordan process on this left-hand side, it gives me finally I, and the right-hand side identity matrix, which I have augmented, will give you inverse matrix. And that is how we can calculate the inverse of the matrix. So Gauss-Jordan elimination algorithm can also be used for matrix inversion. What we have been discussing earlier is to get the solution vector, like x1, x2, x3. But suppose I want the inversion. Okay, then how do I get inverse? Gauss elimination was used to get the solution of the problem. Solution x1, x2, x3 were unknown. But you have seen in our matrix course, matrix analysis, where inversion is also required in some cases. Okay, so if you don't want to solve for x1, x2, x3, you can invert the matrix. So how inversion is also should be helpful through this entire processes of the Gauss-Jordan elimination and all those things. So that is the reason why it is written. Okay, now the example, matrix inversion by Gauss-Jordan elimination. You can practice these as well, and after this I will discuss something else where we want to understand about LU decomposition, lower and upper triangle, that we will see. Okay, so whatever discussion that has happened just now, that how Gauss-Jordan elimination can be helpful to us to get the matrix inversion. So A matrix, our original matrix, I have augmented written with identity matrix. Okay, now we start performing Gauss-Jordan. So, I mean, I'm directly writing the answer, but you can check it yourself. I mean, not now, maybe after some time when we finish the discussion, that how to solve this for the matrix inversion. Okay, so what we are doing is your left hand side becomes the identity matrix and right hand side becomes the inverse matrix, and you can check this answer also. So E inversion is this, and it's been calculated like digit with number of digits are also written for the accuracy purpose. Okay, now I want to discuss one more thing. After that, we will come back to our. So this is. Okay, all of you can see this slide. Now, what is LU decomposition and how the elimination multiplier helps us in getting the upper and lower triangle basically. So this was our original example. In the first lecture I have discussed this example. This is being augmented with B vector, and upper triangle is nothing but see, when you convert the entire matrix by eliminating these three members, minus 3, sorry, 1 and minus 1. If you eliminate this and do the process, you get the upper triangle. But elimination multiplier, what is elimination multiplier? What multiplier we have used and multiply that with the first row, okay, and deduct it from the second and third row that we have done. So what coefficient we have used? A21 by A11. I'm again repeating every time because this is our major diagonal, and we are using this coefficient 4 in the denominator. So when you do the elimination process, you multiply first row with this coefficient and deduct it from the second row to eliminate this. Similarly, you multiply the coefficient with the first row and deduct that entire first row from the third row to eliminate this member, 1. So what elimination multiplier, this is called as elimination multiplier. So to eliminate the members from the second and third row, minus 3 and 1, we are writing this coefficient A21 divided by A11. So that is minus 3 by 4. And if you calculate, it turns out to be minus 0.75. Similarly, second multiplier will be A31. This is A31. This is A31. And this is A31. Second multiplier will be A31 by A11. 1 by 4. So it's 0.25. Okay. So zeros below the main diagonal show that we have reduced the problem to solving an upper triangular system. However, at each step, what they say, if we had stored the ratio of the coefficient in place of 0, instead of 0, suppose हमने ये coefficient वहाँ पे store किया है, तो first, second row, ये row eliminate करने के लिए, ये point eliminate करने के लिए, minus 3 eliminate करने के लिए हमने ये multiplier use किया था, minus 0.75, और इसको eliminate करने के लिए we have used 0.25. So what they say is we want to store these numbers. Okay. If we had stored the ratio of the coefficient in place of 0, our final form would have been, okay, now this is the second multiplier, elimination multiplier for this, eliminate this member, will be minus 0.5 multiply by second row and deduct it from the third row. Any doubt? Yes.
मैम इन दिस मैट्रिक्स जब ये हमने A32 डिवाइड बाय A22 किया है तो हम इसमें पाइवोटिंग नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि 0.5 तो 2.5 से बड़ा है माइनस वाला.
No, we have not used pivoting in this. We have not used the original example. Pivoting I have explained it after that example. But yes, you are right. You can use pivoting to improve your result, to decrease the round of errors. But see, pivoting again, scaling and pivoting, when you have to check the first pivot elements among below pivot. You can compare these column members. Yes, these two members are related with each other. So in one sense, you are right. You can do what you are saying is 0.5 should be replaced with minus 2.5. Is it?
Yes.
No, but why? Here it is not pivoting, is not required. Can someone say why it
Because
is not required? You can answer.
Because sign doesn't matter here.
साइन देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ साइन. सपोज साइन मेरा दोनों प्लस है तो भी मैं मुझे पिवटिंग जरूरी है या नहीं है वो आपको बताना है.
मैम नहीं है क्योंकि 2.5 ऑलरेडी बड़ा है ना.
हाँ.
क्योंकि हमको ऐसे
साइन मैटर नहीं
करना
करता तो 2.5 बड़ा है.
या सो जो मेंबर मेजर डायगोनल में है वो हमें देखना है बड़ा है कि नहीं. भले हम कॉलम को कंपेयर करते हैं, जैसे यहाँ 4 है, -3 और 1 को कंपेयर किया है तो 4 सबसे बड़ा है तो हमें पिवटिंग की जरूरत नहीं थी. सेकंड एलिमिनेशन के टाइम पे हमें ये मेंबर देखना है जो बड़ा होना चाहिए, और वो ये कंपैरिजन किसके साथ करना है, ऊपर की कोई भी रो के साथ नहीं करना है, उसकी कंपैरिजन नीचे के मेंबर्स के साथ करना है. So this is your diagonal pivot element which should be greater than this bottom member in the same column. So pivoting is not required in this, in any case. पता चला खुशबू?
मैम जब हम R3 के साथ कंपेयर करेंगे तो -0.5 बड़ा है ना.
कौन सा? R3 को?
ये जो हम लोग A22 और A32 जब कंपेयर करते हैं
ये दोनों
तब
की बात कर रहे हैं
उसमें
ना?
A32 बड़ा है. हाँ
नहीं, A32 कहाँ बड़ा है? A22 बड़ा है
मैम
ना?
-0.
ये
साइन नहीं
2.5.
देखने का.
मैम आप माइनस प्लस नहीं कंसिडर करेंगे तो
नहीं करने का, साइन कंसीडर नहीं करने का.
साइन नहीं देखने का ना. साइन देखो तो भी. अच्छा, वो नेगेटिव इसलिए आप बोल रहे हैं. No, no, negative sign is not considered. That I told you, no, in the last previous lecture. I think someone asked me, I think Rushil asked me that question, and I told that in this process we don't have to see the sign. जो नेगेटिव है ना वो नहीं देखो. मतलब आप बोल रहे हैं हाँ नेगेटिव है तो ये छोटा होना चाहिए. No, it is not like that. We don't have to see the sign. The numbers, basically numerical figure.
Okay.
Okay. So it is done. So second multiplier will be this divided by this. A32 divided by this A22. It gives you 0.2. And then what they say, we have to store all these three numbers which we use for the elimination of that number in that place. So our matrix will become like this. In the next slide I will show. Yes. So what we say is we want to replace first multiplier which we have used for elimination of this number 0. उसको हमने जो मल्टीप्लाई हमारा था ये -0.75 वो हमने इधर लिखा है. Second multiplier will be we have written 0.25 to eliminate this. So 0.25 is written over here. And third one is 0.2 that is written here. So this actually this is nothing. Along with these three coefficient and diagonal made as unit number, it gives you lower triangle. It gives you lower triangular matrix. So original matrix, any matrix will be decomposed into its product. So you can check yourself when you multiply this one matrix which is with the coefficient elimination multiplier in that place which we have used for the eliminating that zeros and making diagonal 0 and upper diagonal, making diagonal unit and upper diagonal 0. This will give you lower triangle matrix. Okay. And second is upper triangle, how you are obtaining by making these three members 0 from the usual process of elimination. That is called as upper triangle. And we found that if you multiply lower triangle and upper triangle, it gives you original matrix, this matrix. So you can, this also you can check it later on when you multiply this matrix and this matrix. If you multiply both, you get a matrix. So what is lower triangle? It is this kind of matrix. You know, making diagonal as unity and replace these coefficients just like here and making upper diagonal as 0 is called lower triangle. So what's the property now? This procedure of decomposing two matrices from the single A matrices is called as LU decomposition. You know, LU, it is very famous in when you write computer programs, computer algorithms of the matrices, when you solve matrices, because very much significance of these two matrices is so that it has some zeros numbers and it saves also the computational time. You know, solving this matrix original and solving these two matrices will be easier for computer rather than, you know, original matrix. So anyway, we will not discuss too much about it, its advantage and all, but it has a lot of importance from, you know, in the linear algebra. So in the next slide, I'm showing how even determinant can be obtained from this. So procedure just now is called as LU decomposition. L is the lower triangle, U is the upper triangle. And because the determinant of two matrices is also the product of each determinant, you know, so you can write when you want to calculate determinant of LU, let's say together, it's nothing but determinant of each the matrix and determinant of L matrix where diagonal are unit and, you know, this zero upper member 0 of diagonal upper member 0, then the, you know, the it will be 1 actually. Determinant of L matrix will be 1. You can see. So you can check it yourself. Determinant of matrix L will be 1. Okay. So it is nothing but determinant of U matrix. You know. So directly you can get L is a lower triangle and has only ones in its diagonal. So the determinant of L is 1. Just for this example, it is, I'm directly writing the answer. So determinant A is equal to determinant U. So determinant of U will be minus 80. So what it says is, suppose I know the lower and upper triangle, I can calculate determinant of upper triangle easily. So it also helps you in getting the determinant of this matrix directly. Shorter way of doing it, you know, rather than doing all increasing multipliers. See, idea behind all numerical method is to first we have to develop the numerical method. Second, which can be solved approximately. And second is how we can improve the numerical method for reducing our computational effort or number of computations. It should be less rather than, you know, more. So that's how the improvement that has happened all the time. You can see so many variations of Gauss elimination also. So we have discussed LU decomposition and Gauss-Jordan, but there are many more such. So we will discuss most of the methods, but it also became, you know, the research. It also becomes the subject of research. It is never ending that you go on improving the computations. We want to improve the efficiency of and reduce the computation numbers, you know, a lot of computation that are occurring in the original method, but then you go on improving to reduce the effort. So this is one, that how you can determine the determinant, how you can get the lower upper, if you know the upper triangle and lower triangle, product of that will also help you in getting, you know, the solution vector directly. So it has a lot of importance because U is the upper triangle and its determines just the product of the diagonal element. Okay. So finally, what I mean, again, I will come again to the lower and upper triangle examples that we will be discussing. So Gauss, summary of this, whatever discussion that we have done. in these 2-3 slides are: it solves the system of equations. Number one, Gauss elimination does the following: it solves the system of equation. Second, it computes the determinant of a matrix very efficiently. Third, it can provide us with the LU decomposition of the matrix coefficients. So LU decomposition is we are able to get only just by writing these multipliers, elimination multipliers. We get the lower triangle. An upper triangle can be obtained just in 3 steps. There is no major operation required. So lower upper decomposition has a lot of significance in writing computer algorithms, and it can provide. So these are the benefits of Gauss elimination method. It can provide us with the LU decomposition of the matrix coefficient, in the sense that the product of two matrices LU may give us as a permutation of the rows of the original matrix. So now we will switch over to the example. Sorry, not example. What is how to solve problem using LU decomposition. So I'll share the another slide. Okay. So all of you can see this slide, LU factorization. So matrices can be factored into the product. Just now we have discussed. एक second. Hello. हाँ हाँ रचित बोलो. ऑप्शनल है, बट आप कर सकते हो तो करो, ऐसा कुछ है नहीं, मतलब ऑप्शनल है, बट आप करो तो अच्छा है, मतलब है ना. ओके. हाँ हाँ फाइल में भेज दो. एक्चुअली वो एडिटिंग है ना, एडिटिंग पार्ट वो लोग कर लेंगे. हाँ अलग. हाँ मुझे भेजो अभी. हाँ 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 ओके. Okay, sorry, I take a call from students. So LU factorization is just now I discussed, but then how to solve problems using that. Matrices can be factored into the product of other two matrices. That is, A can be decomposed into B and C matrix, and it can be LU, lower and upper triangles, in an infinite number of ways. Means product can happen in any number of ways. But right now we have lower and upper triangle. So it becomes A matrix becomes LU. Now specifying the diagonal elements of either L or U makes the factoring unique. The procedure based on unity element on the major diagonal, this is has been discussed. Now two things. We'll be using lower triangle, we'll be using upper triangle. Now there are two methods. One method will use the procedure based on unit elements in the major diagonal there of L is called Doolittle method. Doolittle. The name is Doolittle. And second, procedure based on unity elements on the major diagonal of U is called Kraut method. So we will see now how things move. So linear system, again linear simultaneous algebraic equation can be written in the form of AX is equal to B. We are writing in a vector form. So let A be the factor into the product of LU. The linear system becomes This is our original equation. Please understand X is your unknown vector, B is your non-homogeneous terms on the right hand side, A is the matrix. Now A is being replaced by now LU. So LU is written here. LU X is equal to B. Now simple procedure. Now simple operation will give you UX will be L inverse B. Now multiplying L inverse both the side, L inverse L will give you identity matrix multiplied by UX, and anything multiplied by identity matrix gives you that matrix remain as it is. So IUX gives you actually UX, and UX is nothing but L inverse B. So we define now the vector, which is L inverse B is your B dash. I'm naming some symbol B dash. L inverse B is your B dash. So L B dash here, if L into means lower triangle multiply by this vector B dash, okay, is what? You substitute this. So it gives you L times L inverse B, and it gives you nothing but IB, and IB is nothing but B. So one formula, important formula we have obtained is, this is a simple operation. You can do it with longhand and find out that lower triangle matrix, lower triangular matrix multiply by B dash is equal to B. Now, if I know the lower triangle, can you just find B dash from that? If I know lower triangle, just the lower triangle. Can someone answer me? Please try to understand what is written here. Just try to discuss what's going on. What are we doing? We are going to use LU matrix for solving the unknowns. If I know lower and upper matrix, I want to use that for solving our unknowns, which are unknown. Unknown is X. Here X is unknown. I know this product decomposition, LUX, because LU is nothing. Just now we have seen LU is a product. It's give you original matrix from the Gauss elimination process. L times U gives you A matrix. So A is being replaced with LU. LUX is equal to B. Simple operation, just getting L inverse B by this. Multiplying L inverse gives you IUX. IUX left unchanged UX. UX gives you L inverse B. So we are naming LU inverse B as B dash. And multiplying by L. Okay, all of you please observe this formula. This is a simple operation we are doing. So if anyone has doubt, just let me know. So what we define is B dash. You know, B dash is another coefficient, sort of, which will, you know, you can multiply this B dash like L B dash, and if you multiply, substitute B dash, you get B matrix. So L B dash is equal to B. This is one formula we are getting. Second formula, because UX is equal to L inverse B. UX is equal to L inverse B. So from this, can we write UX is equal to B dash? This is our second formula. One formula and both formula will be used to get the solution. So first job is to get this equation, because then only I can substitute. Once I am able to calculate b dash, I will substitute here and then I can get x. So how that we will learn only by from the example. So next slide I will show. Okay, I will just read out this what is the meaning of this equation. Equation one L b dash is equal to b is used to transform the b vector into b dash vector. Okay, b vector will be transformed into b dash vector. So लास्ट में हमें बी वेक्टर का कोई काम नहीं होगा जब हम उसको ऑलरेडी कन्वर्ट कर चुके हैं बी डैश के अंदर. एक बार हमें बी डैश मिल जाएगा, हम उसको सब्स्टिट्यूट यहाँ पे कर देंगे एंड वी विल गेट यू एक्स इज इक्वल टू बी डैश. सो इट इज वेरी इजी टू ऑब्टेन द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ फ्रॉम दिस फॉर्मूला. सो व्हाट दे से इज L b dash is equal to b is used to transform b vector into b dash vector. That is our first step. Equation 2 ux is equal to b dash is used to determine the solution vector. ये जो है हम एक बार b dash मिल जाने के बाद हम उसको सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देंगे और उसमें से हम x ढूंढेंगे. Very easy, very simple. Once if you see the example, it is much easy. This is nothing great about b anything like L1. You should know LU matrix, that is all, nothing else. If I know LU matrix, I can easily use these two formula to get the solution. So since equation 1 is lower triangle, forward substitution is used to solve for b dash. That's what I am asking कि आपको आपके पास अगर ये equation है, इसको आपको solve करना है b dash के लिए, because it will simply a matter of forward substitution. फॉरवर्ड मीनिंग हमें पहले x1 मिलेगा, आई मीन b1 डैश मिलेगा, b2 डैश मिलेगा, फिर b3 डैश मिलेगा. फॉरवर्ड सब्स्टिट्यूशन. बैक सब्स्टिट्यूशन you will get x3 first, x2 afterwards and then x1 afterwards. So forward and backward substitution. It is a kind of new terminology you have to understand. Since equation 2 is upper triangle, back substitution is solved for x. So let us now see the example. Let me complete this. In Doolittle method, U matrix is upper triangle obtained by gas elimination. L matrix is a lower triangle matrix containing elimination multiplier. Just now I showed that slide, how elimination multipliers are to be placed at respective places where we do elimination to obtain in the Gauss elimination process as the elements below the diagonal, and with unity elements on the major diagonal. This we have seen. आपके पास एक बार एलिमिनेशन मल्टीप्लायर मिल गया, आपको लोअर ट्रायंगल मिल गया, बट जो डायगोनल है उसमें हमें ओरिजिनल मैट्रिक्स के मेंबर नहीं लिखने हैं, हमें यूनिट एलिमेंट लिखने हैं. एंड अपर डायगोनल जो है विल बी 0. दैट विल बी योर लोअर ट्रायंगल, एंड अपर ट्रायंगल विल बी obtained from the normal Gauss elimination process. That is the first thing we have started with, in Gauss elimination method. So what I will show you one example of this, and later on, if time is available, you can solve it. Okay, so we are discussing Doolittle LU method. The first step is to determine LU matrices, assuming we already have that matrix with us. U is the upper triangle determined by the Gauss elimination. L is the simply record of the elimination multipliers used to transform A into upper triangle. जब हम अपर मैट्रिक्स बनाते हैं गॉस एलिमिनेशन से, ये 3 एलिमेंट्स 0 करके एलिमिनेट करके whatever coefficients multipliers are there, we are replacing that multipliers in the lower triangle is something like this here, minus 20 by 80, minus 20 by 80. So we are getting minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4. And after that first operation, this whatever multiply we are using here to eliminate this, it will be minus 5 by 7. That will come only through the process of Gauss elimination, these 3 elements. So we have replaced it and make the diagonal unit. This you have to remember how to make lower triangle. Replace the elimination multipliers here, make the unit element in the diagonal, and then off diagonal upper members should be 0. So this is easily done. Now upper triangle we can convert from Gauss elimination, both the things. Sorry. This we have discussed. So you can, according to our formula, no, we just now discussed L B dash is equal to B. So what is B is the original one. This is 20, 20, 20 is your B, the non-homogeneous term on the right hand side. So this is B matrix. Now B dash we have defined. You can remember the formula now simply, but how that formula has come, you should know. So L B dash is equal to B. It gives you this kind of thing, written here. From this performing फॉरवर्ड सब्स्टिट्यूशन, अभी आपको इसमें से B1 डैश B2 डैश ये ढूंढना है. सो यू कैन इजीली डू ना, फ्रॉम परफॉर्मिंग द फॉरवर्ड सब्स्टिट्यूशन you can get B1 dash is equal to 20. You can get B2 dash as, substitute that into the second equation. B2 dash की वैल्यू B1 dash की वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करो, you get 25. B3 dash you can get. And B dash vector, once you get B dash vector, what was our second formula? Ux is equal to B dash. Okay, so Ux, when I ask a problem from using LU decomposition method, this is a method you have to follow. This is called Doolittle decomposition method. But whenever I ask, तो कोई एक मैट्रिक्स मैंने आपको दे दिया, but when I'm saying solve using LU decomposition, don't use Gauss elimination and all other methods. Just make lower triangle, upper triangle, write the coefficients, write the formula and solve the problem like that. Don't mix up everything. Each and every method has some significance. So here we are converting B matrix into B dash, जो हमारा right hand side का vector बन जाएगा. So हमने L B dash is equal to B बन गया. We have solved for B dash, and that B dash we are going to use with the upper triangle formula, that is Ux is equal to B dash, and from this we get the solution. Now I don't have the answer, but can you get the solution from this easily? X1, X2, X. So I think I suggest you that please solve some example. You can solve this LU decomposition. Just verify yourself what you are getting.